25th August, WHO's chief scientist Dr Soumya Swaminathan gave some ray of hope and said that India might be entering an endemic stage of Covid-19. On 20th September, top virologist Dr Gagandeep Kang too said that Covid-19 pandemic in the country is heading towards an endemic stage. As the healthcare authorities prepare for a possible third wave of Covid-19, we take a look at if India is entering an endemic phase. Endemic means something that is present all the time. An endemic virus is relatively consistent in a population and has largely predictable patterns. The endemic phase is when a population learns to live with the virus. It is very different from the epidemic stage when the virus overwhelms a population, or even a pandemic where the pattern of spread remains largely unpredictable. Dr. Shahid Jamil, a leading virologist, says that an influenza is an endemic, unlike smallpox, which has been eradicated. An endemic is a disease that is consistently present but limited to a particular area. For example, an endemic virus in the US that remains in the population at a low frequency is the seasonal flu. At present, the country has been logging between 30,000 and 45,000 new cases of Covid-19 every day, down from a peak of 4 lakh cases in April and May. The fresh cases have now stayed put in this range, with the majority of these coming from Kerala. So the question that looms large is, has India entered the endemic stage? To start with, a third wave of lesser scale. Virologist Dr Gagandeep Kang says that the pandemic in the country may be heading towards endemic stage, adding that a third wave, if it does take place, is likely to be due to local flare-ups that would be smaller. She also says that the scale of a possible third wave will not be like it was before. We learn to live with it like many other viruses. Experts say that becoming an endemic is the natural progression of many infections we have as humans, whether it is TB or HIV, and which is going to be the same as far as the Covid-19 pandemic is concerned. Every disease pathogen that has affected people over the last several decades stayed in some form or the other, as it is impossible to fully eradicate them. Pathogens like malaria that are very old still put a heavy disease burden in some parts of the world. So do other epidemics like TB, measles and leprosy. Higher vaccination rates may in some areas eventually stop Covid-19, but that depends on how many people get vaccines, how long they last, and how effective they are at reducing transmission over time.